Welcome back to the Want To Project. On Wednesday, we talked about empathy, why it's complicated, why it's rare, and why it's worth practicing. Today, we're taking that conversation one step further, because empathy isn't just a nice human trait. It's the foundation of customer service in every industry, every role, every interaction. Whether you're a doctor, a teacher, a police officer, a store clerk, or the rep on the other end of a phone call, your ability to see the person in front of you changes everything. Let's break down why. People think customer service is something that only happens behind a counter or in a call center. But here's the truth. If your work involves another human being, you're in customer service. Doctors serve patients. Teachers serve students and families. Police officers serve communities. Retail workers serve customers. Phone reps serve callers they may never meet. Different jobs, but all have the same core requirements. You have to understand the person you are helping. You can't actually help them. That's where empathy comes in. Let's connect the dots from Wednesday. Remember those layers? Culture, group identity, economics, psychology? Those aren't abstract concepts. They walk into your office, your classroom, your store, your patrol car, your phone queue every single day. A doctor isn't just treating a symptom. They're treating a person shaped by culture, fear, past experiences, and trust issues. A teacher isn't just delivering a lesson. They're navigating students with different home lives, stress levels, and learning histories. A police officer isn't just enforcing laws. They're interacting with people who may carry trauma, distrust, or generational fear. A store clerk isn't just scanning groceries. They're dealing with customers who may be stressed, tired, or stretched thin financially. A phone rep isn't just solving a technical issue. They're talking to someone who may feel powerless because they can't see your face. Empathy is the bridge that makes service possible. Here is something most service workers learn the hard way. People rarely get upset about the thing they are upset about. The wrong sandwich isn't the real issue. The long wait time isn't the real issue. The paperwork, the policy, the glitch, those are just the sparks. The fire comes from something deeper. Feeling ignored, feeling powerless, feeling disrespected, feeling unseen. When someone lashes out, they're not always asking for a solution. They're asking for a witness. And when you give them that, when you show them you see them, the entire dynamic shifts. Here's the part people overlook. Empathy doesn't replace skill. It enhances it. A doctor who listens carefully diagnoses more accurately. A teacher who understands a student's background teaches more effectively. A police officer who reads emotional cues de-escalates more safely. A clerk who notices frustration prevents conflict. A phone rep who hears the fear behind the anger resolves the issue faster. Empathy isn't soft. It's strategic. It makes you better at the solve because you understand the human behind the problem. When empathy is missing, service breaks down. People feel dismissed. They feel like a number. They feel like a task to be cleared from a queue. And when that happens, trust erodes. Loyalty disappears. Conflict rises. Burnout skyrockets for both sides. Empathy isn't just about being kind. It's about preventing the emotional wear and tear that destroys service cultures. Just like we said on Wednesday, empathy is a muscle. You don't magically want to be patient with a frustrated customer at the end of a long shift. You train that want to. Practice listening without interrupting. Asking clarifying questions. Checking your assumptions. Not taking things personally. And seeing the person, not the problem. When you build that muscle, you stop reacting and start responding. That's the difference between a service worker and a service professional. So here's your challenge for this weekend. The next time you are in a service role or on the receiving end of one, slow down before you solve the issue. See the person, look them in the eye. Acknowledge their frustration, recognize their humanity. Because customer service isn't about transactions, it's about connection. And connection starts with empathy. If this episode hit home, hit that like button. Share it with someone in a service role. And subscribe so you don't miss Monday's leadership lesson. I'm Jim Rutherford. This is the Want To Project. And remember, in customer service, the real work starts long before the solution.